Hi students, today let us study chapter 1, that is categories of computers and computer languages. A computer is an electronic device which consists of hardware and software. What is hardware? It is nothing but the physical part of the computer which we can touch and feel. Hardware is further categorized into internal hardware and external hardware. Internal hardware means the components that are pre-installed within CPU. Okay, it is called internal hardware. Example for those things are motherboard, PCI, sound cards, etc. External hardware. The components that are attached to the computer externally are called external hardware. Example for those things are keyboard, mouse, scanner, etc. Students, assume that when you are going for the school, you will be taking your school bag, and if you are going for the sports club, you will take up the sports bag with sports equipment kept inside the bag. Yes or no? In the same way, when you select the type of the computer, you can select the type of the computer according to your wish. Okay. These computers are designed and categorized with respect to their size, speed, storage capacity and cost. This is the block diagram of types of computer. In this you have computer is divided into different types. You have block diagram, that is microcomputer, mini computer, mainframe computer, supercomputer. And below I have given the examples also. A simple one examples I have given. When you go for the textbook, you can see a number of examples. Now, microcomputer is divided into different types. We have different types of microcomputer, that is desktop computer, laptop computer, palm-top computer, tablet computer, embedded system and handheld devices. Now, let me just give a small description about desktop computer. Desktop computers, these computers we keep it on the desk, and it also contains several units in it, such as CPU, keyboard, mouse, which are connected to each other, and we use it. Laptop computer. These computers are small in size, and it can be placed on the lap. It is portable. It is more expensive than desktop computers. We can fold the screen on the laptop onto the keyboard when not in use. It is usually 13 to 15 inch screen we have in this laptop computer. Tablet computer. These computers are smaller and lighter than laptop, but bigger than smartphones. We use touch screen in it. Tablet computers are 7 to 10 inch screen you have in it. We mainly use for reading electronic books, watching movies, etc. Palm-top computer. It is a small device that can fit in the palm of your hand. It is small screen. It has a small screen and compressed keyboard. Pen serves as an input device in this palm-top computer. Handheld devices. There is nothing to say about this handheld devices, because in your day-to-day life you are using this. Handheld devices means it is nothing but smartphones, game consoles, etc. Embedded system. Embedded system means it is one that has a computer hardware with software embedded or implanted into a larger devices. So for this best example is in a microwave oven, the role of embedded system is to take instructions from the user through the keypad and translate them into commands. These commands are then passed on to the microwave to obtain the desired output. Suppose, assume that if you want to cook noodles, okay, you will be pressing the buttons whichever you wanted. Okay, you will be keeping inside it, and you will be pressing the buttons whichever you wanted. Later, whatever the instructions it is passing to that microwave through that software, no, that is nothing but called as embedded system. All these are the different types of microcomputer. Now let us see what are the features of microcomputer. Microcomputer are small in size, cost less, mainly used in homes, schools, offices, shops, banks, etc. Mini computer. Mini computer are bigger in size than microcomputer. Example for that is refrigerator. Higher processing speed you have in this mini computer. 4 to 200 users can use simultaneously. It is mainly used in banks, universities and big organizations. Mainframe computer. Mainframe computers are bigger in size with large memory, higher speed and bulk data processing happens in it, and it has more than 200 users can use simultaneously, and it is very expensive. It's mainly used in business organizations, universities, banks, scientific laboratories, railway reservations, etc. Last but not the least, the supercomputer. In this, supercomputer is huge processing speed supercomputer have in it, and it is mainly used for weather forecasting, space research, satellite control, etc. The next one we see is block diagram of computer languages. Computer languages, in this we have 4 different types of computer languages, that is mission language, assembly language, high level language, 4th generation language. Now let us see what is mission language. It uses binary codes. Binary codes in the sense zeros and ones. It is mission dependent. This language is dependent on the mission. It is the only language directly understood by a computer. It's easily understood by the computer. The next one is assembly language. Assembly language uses mnemonic codes or symbols in place of binary numbers. Mnemonic codes means it will be in the form of symbols. It is mission dependent. This language is dependent on the mission. This language has to be converted into mission language by translator programs. Assembler acts as a translator or language translator for this assembly language. The next one is high level language. This high level language uses English words and mathematical operators. High level language is mission independent. It has to be converted into mission language by translator programs. Here we have two different kinds of language translators, that is compilers and interpreters. The next one is 4GL. 4th generation language it means. This language is mission independent, means it does not depend on the CPU at all. Minimal user skills required to obtain result, and it is application development tool. Now let us see what do you mean by language processor. So before learning what is language processors, a program which is written in any computer language has to be converted into machine language. It is done by the language processors. So now language processors are compiler, interpreter, assembler. Now let us see what is the difference between the compiler, interpreter and assembler. Compiler is the software that converts the programs written in a high-level language into mission-level language. So what is high-level language here? So assume that C language, C++, Java, all these are the different types of high-level language. So if you write any of the Java program, that should be converted into the mission language. Okay, mission language means it is nothing but zeros and ones. High-level language means C language, C++, Java, Python, all these are the different types of high-level languages. So whatever the program you write, it should be converted into the mission language. Mission language means zeros and ones. It is in the form of binary code. Compiler converts the whole high-level language program into the mission language at a time. So whatever the program written, at a time it will take as the input and it will convert it into the mission code and it will give you the output. So here for compiler the example is C language, C++, usually use the compiler. The next one is interpreter. Interpreter software that translates a high-level language program into the mission language. So just now I told what is high-level language and what is mission-level language. Clear about it? So interpreter converts the high-level language program to mission language line by line, whereas compiler at a time it will convert. Interpreter means it will convert line by line. So the examples of interpreter is Ruby, Perl, Python, PHP. All these languages usually uses the interpreter. The next one, assembler. Assembler language translator. This software that converts the programs written in assembly language into mission language. Converts assembly language program into the mission language. So what is the assembly language? It will usually be in the form of symbols, mnemonic codes that will be converted into the binary form. So by this let us